What's up, everybody? Matt Nuzzo hanging out here in the backyard at Reel and Waterman's Retreat. We got no other than Brandon Scheid, and he's going to go over the new Naish Sync Bar. This has been a long anticipated bar. Anyone that's been in the industry for a while knows that Naish has had a bunch of fails in bars, and this one they spent a lot of time on to get right. It's very clean, very simple, and has a lot of really great features. Starting with super high quality lines, which we're psyched on. You know, when you talk about simplicity, you go and kind of look at little parts like this. Just clean, simple, easy flagging, not going to hook up, simple Velcro clam cleat, you know, when you're sheeting in and out, like just simple stuff that's going to work and not break is really, it's actually really hard to design. And that's where, you know, people overdo things a lot of times. And this is a high-tech bar, and it's got a lot of great features that we're going to go over with Brandon.
Yeah.
Tell me.
What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about
God, please don't go there.
We were thinking about talking about the bar.
Well, show me.
Yeah, so what I want to start with down here is the most important thing on a bar, any bar that you have. Great, we have lines, we have control. This is what saves your life, okay? Safety releases are very important. I see numerous issues where I live, and I've seen numerous issues on the bar because people don't understand these, they don't use them, they don't deal with this. So what we have here is we have a totally redesigned ISO compliant safety release, and what's really important about this is it takes very little pressure to open it, so we got a really reliable one. Oh, you see that? There's a spring in there. Don't tell anybody. We don't have bungees. We have really awesome stuff that is easy to replace and is really durable. We don't want to make like kind of bungees in our bar. The next thing that's becoming a very quick industry standard is, we call it the seatbelt click, whatever you want to call it. Basically, everyone knows how to use a seatbelt, right? We're locked in. We have no hassle. So again, just simply orient, push in, we're done. It's super easy. That's really important. You also notice that we have a great swivel here. We have the chicken bone. We have like all this stuff with a pliable thing. Everything's really easy to use. And we have our flagging line down here that swivels around so you can't get any twists. But what you see is we have a really easy swivel here. And why we have that really easy swivel is because a couple years ago, someone came out with a great idea that bars should never be twisted. So we want to have them auto unswivel by sheeting in and out. So by simply sheeting the bar in and out of the stroke, if there are twists in the lines, that is going to rotate here on your chicken loop, thus unspinning the bar, essentially keeping the lines completely free of twists your whole session.
One quick note on that is when you set your bar up with your center lines, is make sure you separate your center lines, because I set mine up with my center lines twisted and they stayed twisted for the rest of the session.
Yeah, whatever twist you set your bar up, they will stay there forever.
So untwist your center lines before going to session, and then you'll have no twist.
We do have some color-coded pigtails on here. We obviously has red and blue for the colors. There's a distinction between left and right on the center line so that you can know that you're not twisted on the center lines. Essentially an extra little step to make sure that you're never going to have any twists.
Right.
Then we're going to move up here so we can talk about the bar itself. We have a really good ergonomic shape with a lot of EVA on here. It's light, it's durable, it's really grippy.
Super comfortable.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
So kiteboarders used to fly in here all the time, so there's a lot of effort to make the bars comfortable in here. Well, that was like when we were doing like wake style and we were all dinosaurs now. So now we're moving out here to the motorcycle grip. And when you move out here to the wide handlebars, you can see the bar gets really ergonomically comfortable. And that's just to make it less fatiguing. So you can hold it with your fingers and all day long. We have some floats on here, which you can see this is a really important thing. You see this articulation. If this is like this, the kite doesn't listen as fast. So you really want to have flex in here so that when we're kiteboarding, these are straight. Otherwise, it literally slows your kites down if your winders are pulled in like this. So that's really important. We do have some adjustment inside of here. There's a cartridge that can come out, and that is going to allow you, I won't pull it out, but that's going to allow you to essentially tune your bar, lengthen your rear lines as things stretch over the life of the bar. We know line stretch is no mystery. Bar tuning is an essential thing that all kiteboarders should know how to do.
And that's available.
But we have a few things in here to help mitigate that. We then move up here onto our single PU tube. It's got a chamber in the middle, one for the power line, one for the flagging line. So essentially we have the flagging line running through the middle. We can flag out the kite.
It's really efficient. A lot of those double line ones are kind of, they need some load to release, whereas this one, like,
I've tested a lot of bars over my years, and this is a very important thing that this pulls through really easily. And then not only that, you see this lark side knot that everyone uses, that needs to pass really easily back through the bar or we get hung up.
Yeah, the lark side catches on a ton of different bars I've used, and that one just...
There's nothing in here to get stuck. So if we know we need to hit this, we know it's gonna work. It's gonna fire every single time. That's really important. And then up here, we kind of take the stance of, And no bells and whistles. Why do you need a bunch of weird stuff on your bar? What we need is we need a D-power strap that works really effective. So you can see I have a ton of effective D-power up here. I have an easy lock-off cleat, and I have some really robust Velcro that I can throw on here because we know sand and Velcro makes a mess. So we went and got a really nice piece of Velcro so that you're not gonna have any issues. And then like you said, finishing it off up here is this. This is like almost my favorite part. Like so I love clean. Weird little small things. Look, this does your line separator. It like runs your D-power line. It weighs like a freaking gram. It's like, I mean, they've
been working on this for as long as they've been making bars, and this is by far the cleanest, easiest one that, like you said, efficiently will flag out. The knot ball stays in there really easy. Yeah, it's super lightweight. It's, you know, D-power slides right through.
And why we like are tacking on this is because you and me know we've been through some bars. We've had some interesting things going on here.
Taught enough lessons, popped it enough yourself.
If you put a lot of weight on these center lines, that's going to pull your kite down in light wind. Like, we want light things on here. So if you look at this bar and you may say like, oh man, like it looks pretty simple.
That's good.
It is simple, and that is the goal. It's like light, simple, and robust. And
show me this one last thing here. This is pretty unique about this thing down here.
Yeah, so because we went with a PU tube, which we know has more friction than a rope or something like that, the inner diameter of this hole needs to be big enough to allow you to turn, right? But if I turn and sheet, I can rub all these edges and it can make it bind, and that happens in kiteboarding. So what we've
most other bars with this thick section here do kink up and bind.
Exactly.
Whereas this one has that articulating piece.
Yeah, so what we did is we put an articulated piece, which is totally replaceable if there's any issues or anything with wear. It also takes the wear off of the bar. You've seen people like wear through bars from sheeting in and out. So the wear goes onto the replaceable piece rather than the non-replaceable bar. And you're able to turn effectively really far and still have like buttery sheeting. The little articulated part on the sink is unique to Naish, and it helps remove the bind when you're sheeting in and out and turning. And then the final little piece that we have on here is, we all know lines are important, so we have sourced some really high quality SK99 lines. They vary in strength. They have heavier line length on the centers where the load is, and a lighter line length on the outside in order to keep them thin and like aerodynamic. So basically you have 450 kgs on the center, 325 kgs on the outsides. They are the best quality lines that you can get on the market. We spared no expense, and man, it's really hard to give you all of this stuff and still keep it affordable. So I'm really happy to see the price, the weight, the durability, all of it is feeling really great. All right, so one last important feature on the bar is the 55 centimeter bar is going to come with a 58 centimeter throw for people for the ultimate D-power. The 50 centimeter bar is going to shorten to a 50 centimeter throw so that people with shorter arms or smaller people can not really get too far out.
That's so great.
So there's adaptation in the sizes. We have the nice lines, and the number one thing that I can say is it's super safe, it's super light, and it's super minimalist and easy.
And it will work on any bar, so or any kite. This bar will work on any kite. Naish has loops in the back. All you have to do is flip the pigtails back to front, and it'll work on any kite out there. So if you want more reviews, reach out online, realwatersports.com. Give us a call at shop, 252-987-6000. See you on the water for the next sesh.